Welcome everybody to today's Class 5A state semifinal baseball game between Lubbock Monterey and the Texans from Sam Rayburn High School in Pasadena. We're here at Disch-Falk Field in Austin. We've had about a 90-minute rain delay, but we're just about ready to get it going. Let's go ahead and set the defense for the home team, Sam Rayburn. Behind the plate will be John Nelson. On the mound, Rayburn's ace with a record of 13-2, Bruce Aguilar, senior right-hander. Around the infield, at first base, we'll have Corey Thompson. At second base, Steve Meek. At shortstop, Bubba Augustine. And at third base, there's Keith Barker. In the outfield, in left field, will be Mike Mormon. In center field, there's Blake Doolin. And rounding out the outfield for Sam Rayburn will be the right fielder, Steve Johnson. Let's go ahead and get that starting lineup now for Lubbock Monterey. Batting first, leading off, Mike Gustafson, the second baseman. Batting second at shortstop, Shane Salyer. Batting third in center field, Doug Welch. Batting fourth, the first baseman is Brian Christensen. Batting fifth, the designated hitter is David Coleman. Batting sixth is the pitcher with a 15-0 record, Mike Eccles. Batting seventh is his battery mate, Jimmy Webster. Batting eighth, the left fielder is Brent Rice. And batting ninth, we've got another Brent, third baseman, Brent McClain. While we're waiting for Mike Gustafson to step in, here's a quick point of information. This play-by-play is actually a recreation done 40 years after this game was played. Now, one of the advantages of that is we'll have the perspective of history so that we can add a little bit of information about what happened to some of these players after their high school days. Now, let's get on with the game. All right, Gustafson digs in, and we're just about ready for the first pitch of the game. Aguilar full windup. Here it is. Fastball strike call. Gustafson is a great example of what we're talking about, little historical perspective. He will go on to play baseball at Texas Tech after his high school days. Here's Aguilar's second pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball low and away. He'll also go on to become president and CEO of the College Baseball Foundation and an analyst for Texas Tech's Baseball Radio Network. Here's that 0-2 pitch from Aguilar. There's a bouncing ball to the right side, picked up by Meek, and he throws on for the first out of the game. One down. That'll bring up Shane Salyer. We're just underway, one out, top of the first. Aguilar into the windup, and there's a swing and a bouncy ball left side foul. Oh and 1. Good crowd here at Disch-Falk. There's a swing and a bouncy ball. This is also left side, and it's picked up over there by Barker, and it's 0-2. So Aguilar gets a 0-2 jump on the first two batters he faces. Here's that 0-2 pitch. Down low and away. We'll have a lot more to say about Aguilar a little bit later, as we will about his battery mate, John Snelson. Here's the pitch. Again, down low and away. Count evens at 2-2. And here's that 2-2 pitch. Swing, and there's a soft liner caught by Augustine at short. Rayburn throws the ball around. And we've got 2 down here, top of the first.
Center fielder, Doug Welch.
Two up, 2 down, and the batter will be the center fielder, Doug Welch. Again, Rayburn, the designated home team. Here's the pitch to Welch. Swing and a miss. And that 0-1. Swing and a miss again. And Aguilar has gotten out in front of the first 3 hitters, all 0-2. Swing and a bouncy ball. It's going to trickle foul down the third base line. Welch, by the way, will go on to play ball at Lubbock Christian University. He'll be drafted by the Cubs after college, and he'll spend 4 years in the Cubs minor league system. John Snelson, the Rayburn catcher, retrieves Welch's bat. We're almost ready for another 0-2 pitch. We've seen a few in this inning. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He got him with a breaking ball off the plate. And Aguilar records his first strikeout, and we're through with the top of the first. And we're going to go to Rayburn's turn, and we have no score.
Top of inning 1, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base.
Let's go ahead and roll through Rayburn's lineup real quick. Batting first and catching, John Snelson. Batting second, the shortstop, Bubba Augustine. Batting third, the pitcher, Bruce Aguilar. Batting fourth, the second baseman, Steve Meek. Fifth, Corey Thompson, the first baseman. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Blake Doolin. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Steve Johnson. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Keith Barker. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Mike Moorman. Okay, John Snelson steps in to face Mike Eccles. And here's Eccles' first pitch. And it's high, ball 1. Unusual to have a catcher batting in the leadoff spot. But Snelson is the kind of athlete who can handle both roles very well. Here's that 1-0 pitch. It's down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Eccles deals. That is a called strike. Look at fastball, outer half. 2-1. 2-1 pitch, and there's a swing and there's a drive to center, and it falls in for a base hit, the game's first hit, and Snelson is on. Center fielder Welch seemed to pull up on that a little bit early. Just kind of said, okay, that's going to be a hit, and he let it fall in. In any case, that'll bring Bubba Augustine to the plate. John Snelson is on first with the first hit of the game. Eccles from the stretch now delivers. Pitch is away for a ball. There's a look at the third base coaching box and Coach Al Campo. Great job this year. Longtime Pasadena ISD coach, former standout baseball player at Pasadena High School and also the University of Houston. Augustine takes a strike. That evens the count at 1-1. Eccles looks, comes to the plate, and there's a high fly to left down the left field line, and it falls. It falls. Wow. That'll go as a hit, but you really have to question the lack of aggressive pursuit by Rice on that. He just seemed to be content with letting it fall in for a base hit. So the Texans have 2 runners aboard on a couple of fly balls that I'll tell you most high school coaches anyway will tell you, those are balls that probably should have been caught. So the Texans have something going here for Bruce Aguilar, who steps to the plate. Not only one of the best pitchers in the Houston area, but an outstanding hitter as well. That's why he bats in the 3rd spot. So he's up there with nobody out and 2 teammates aboard. Here's Eccles from the stretch, and Aguilar swings and really connects. It's a ball headed to deep center field toward the scoreboard. Welch is back. The ball's off his glove. The ball is bouncing around free on the warning track. And here comes Snelson. And he is safe at the plate. And we've got our first run of the game. The Texans take a 1-0 lead. We'll have to see how they rule that. That, again, very strange outfield play. That looked like a ball that could have been caught. But it wasn't. And the Texans still have something going here. I'll tell you, a very strange inning here, but I'll tell you, Coach Campo was all too happy to be able to wave that runner around third, Snelson, and get him home with the game's first run. They are going to charge an error on that. You'll notice, too, that Snelson had to really hustle to get home. He may have been thinking tag. It looked like the ball was going to be caught. Aguilar only got to first, and Augustine only got to second. In any case, runners on first and second now for the cleanup hitter, Steve Meek. From the stretch, Eccles comes to the plate, swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Here's that 0-1 pitch. Swing, and there's a high fly ball to left. It's deep. It's to the warning track, and it's off the glove of the left fielder Rice. And here comes Augustine motoring around third, and he scores. And just more strange outfield play by Lubbock Monterey. Well, let's see. That ball looked like it should have been caught. That's 4 straight hitters and 4 straight balls to the outfield, and not a single ball has been caught. They're going to charge an error. That's the second outfield error of the inning on Monterey. Now Rayburn has a 2-0 lead, and they're in great shape to add on to that. You've got Aguilar, who advanced to third on the play, and Meek got to second. 2 runners in scoring position. That's going to bring up Corey Thompson. Chance to do more damage. He swings and misses on a ball that breaks down toward the dirt. It's 0-1. Eccles has got to feel like, well, where are the guys behind me? How did I get into this jam? Nevertheless, 2-0 Rayburn. Pitch to Thompson. That is called strike 2. So Eccles gets ahead of Thompson. No balls, 2 strikes. He really could use a strikeout here. Pitch to the plate, swing, and a high pop-up. Webster chases that back to the screen, but it's out of play. Count will hold at 0-2. All right, back to it. Runners on second and third. Thompson the batter. And it's a half swing. Ball gets away from the catcher. And Aguilar's going to score. The Texans are making a lot out of not very much, to tell you the truth. And they've got a 3-0 lead. They've got a 3-0 lead. That has scored a wild pitch on Eccles. And he still has a problem because he's got a runner on third now. And there is nobody out. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. And Thompson goes down swinging. Eccles really needed that one. There's one out. That's the first out of the inning. 3 runs are in. Here's the center fielder, Blake Doolin. Now, Lubbock is bringing the infield up here. They are really, really tight, looking for a play at the plate. First pitch, swing and a miss. You can see the second baseman and the shortstop. They are really pinched in. 0-1 pitch. Called, strike 2. So Eccles doing what he needs to do in this to get out of this jam. With only 3 runs, I should say. He's up 0-2 now on Doolin. Okay, the pitch to Doolin. Swung on, and there's a slow bouncing ball to shortstop. He comes home, and Meek is cut down at the plate. Salyer very quick to react. That's why you play the infield up in that situation. Salyer gloved it, fired home to Webster for the second out, and the score holds at 3-0. So that'll leave Doolin on first base with the fielder's choice. And coming to the plate will be the right fielder, Steve Johnson. Infield back now with 2 out. Here's Eccles' first pitch to Johnson. That's a swing and a miss on a good fastball. 0-1. There's the pitch. There's a bunt. It's down the third base line, hugging the line, but it does go foul. Eccles is over there very, very quickly to knock it with his glove and make sure that it stayed foul. So it's 0-2. Eccles doing what he needs to now to get out of this inning with just that. After that bizarre start that fueled 3 Rayburn runs. All right, Johnson back in now. He's down 0-2 in the count. Eccles delivers. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and the inning is over. And Monterey's thankful for that. Rayburn scored 3 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors. There was 1 left, and our score after 1 complete is Rayburn 3 and Lubbock Monterey 0.
On 2 hits, there was 2 Monterey errors and 1 runner left. 1 completing, Rayburn 3, Monterey 0.
Now, you talk about the baseball tradition of these 2 schools, and most of that, the weight there lies with Lubbock Monterey. They were state champions in 1972, 1974, and 1981. Rayburn is making its first trip ever to the state tournament. We're almost ready to get things going now in the top of the second inning. The first batter up for the Plainsmen will be the first baseman, Brian Christensen. The Plainsmen went down 1-2-3. in the first inning. That seems like a long time ago because the bottom half of the first, Rayburn scored 3 runs, and that's where we stand right now. We're getting a little groundskeeping help around home plate. You'll remember we had a 90-minute rain delay before the game, and some of the field is a little bit squishy, so we're getting home plate cleaned off. The umpire will add a finishing touch, and we'll be ready to go with Christensen steps in against Bruce Aguilar. Tall left-handed cleanup hitter. Aguilar's ready to deal. Here it comes. And there's a base hit up the middle. Christensen just reached out and caught the ball and sent it shooting straight up the middle into center field for a base hit. That is Monterey's first hit of the ball game. So 1 on with nobody out. Here's David Coleman, the designated hitter. And there's a pickoff attempt, throw to first, and they got him. They caught Christensen off the bag, and he's going to catch an evil glare from his first base coach. So instead of having a runner on, we've got 1 out here in the top of the second. And we've yet to see a pitch thrown to Coleman. Here comes that first pitch now. Down low, ball 1. Pitch. That's low and away. 2-0. And there's a ground ball to third, and that's speared by Barker. He throws across to Thompson. And suddenly there's 2 out here in the top of the second. So Aguilar, you could say, has still faced the minimum. It's faced 5 batters and it's gotten 5 outs. The pickoff certainly helped that. Here's Aguilar's mound opponent, Mike Eccles. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Aguilar again. Another swing and a miss. Both pitches down low, and Eccles can't quite adjust to it. He's in a hole 0-2. And we're going to wipe off home plate again. Must have missed a spot from the first time around. Aguilar's ready for the 0-2 pitch, and that's low and away. Eccles does not bite. 1-2. That 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. That is Aguilar's second strikeout of the game. He ends the second the same way he ended the first, with a strikeout. And we're going to move to the bottom of the second now. And the score holds Rayburn 3, Monterey 0. We move along to the bottom of the second now. And Rayburn will bring up the 8-9 hitters and then back to the leadoff spot. And Snelson, there's a good look at Mike Eccles. He's hoping his second inning goes better than his first. Here's the first pitch now to Barker, the third baseman, and it is a ball. Barker, Mormon, and then back to the top of the order for Snelson. There's a half swing, but he went around. It's 1-1. Well, they checked on it with the first base umpire, and he said, yeah, that bat whipped through. And now the home plate umpire clarifies we do have 1-1. Eccles into his windup. Here's the pitch. There's a swing, and there's a foul ball outside of first. Heads down for the right field corner. That'll run the count to 1-2. Barker, one of the few juniors in this lineup for Rayburn. There's a swing, and there's a high chopper off the third baseline. Eccles fields, throws to first, but there's no way. I think that'll go as an infield single for Barker. Just a high chopper that just didn't cooperate for Monterey, just didn't come down in time. So Rayburn has its leadoff man on here in the bottom of the second. And that'll bring up the number 9 man, Mike Mormon, the left fielder. It's the third hit of the game for the Texans. Here's the pitch, down low, 1-0. Throw to first. Swing and a foul back. Barker was moving on the pitch. Count is 1-1. Really good turnout here at Disch-Falk. Both teams with high expectations bring along a lot of fans. Monterey is 30-3 coming into this game, and Rayburn is 21-5-1. Check at first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll run the count to 1-2. Mormon checks down with Coach Campo at third to see if there's anything on. There's a swing and a miss. Throw down to second, and he is out. Barker is caught stealing. The throw went from Webster. Got him. We also have a strikeout, so we've got a double play there, and suddenly there's 2 outs. Strikeout, throw out for Monterey. And we'll move to the top of the order for John Snelson. He singled to center his first time up, and that ignited a 3-run inning for the Texans, and that's where we stand now, 3-0. Pitches the ball outside. There's that 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked like maybe a slider swept off the plate. 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on here, bottom of the second. And here's the pitch. And there's a half swing, but the umpire says he went around. Or maybe even been a called strike, not sure. In any case, it's 1-2. Pitch is up and in. 2-2. Called strike 3. That looked like it might have been low and away, but it's a called strike. That ends the inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Eccles. He also had 2 in the first, so this strikeout count is up to 4. And we're through 2 innings here at Disch-Falk. Rayburn leads it 3-0. We move along to the top of the third, and the Plainsmen will send up the bottom third of their order, starting with the number 7 hitter, Jimmy Webster, the catcher, to face Aguilar here. Here's that first pitch. Fastball strike right down the middle. Aguilar gets an 0-1 jump. That 0-1 pitch, and that bounces down and away. We want to talk a little bit about Aguilar. Outstanding pitcher. He'll be selected to play in the North-South All-Star game right after this game, and he'll go on to a terrific career at Baylor. Pitch for the Bears. Here's the pitch. Swing and another foul. At Baylor, he's going to win 21 games. This is, of course, down the road now. 21 games. He's going to pitch 14 complete games, a number that still ranks in Baylor's top 10. Most valuable player for the Bears his junior year. There's a high chop down the third baseline. It's fielded by Barker, barehanded, throws across, but there's no way. There's no way. Webster runs well for a catcher, and he's got an infield single here to lead off the Monterey third.
Left fielder number 17, Brent Rice.
That's the second hit for Monterey. Christensen, you'll remember, led off the second with a single to center, but he was picked off. Now Jimmy Webster is on first. The batter is Brent Rice. Aguilar checks first, comes to the plate. Pitches down low, ball 1, 1-0. Rice, the left fielder. He'll be followed by the other Brent in the lineup, Brent McLean, the third baseman. Check again, pitch to the plate. It's called strike. On the outer half. It's 1-1. Here's that 1-1 pitch. Pick at first. Aguilar really does have a good move. He whips the ball over there without really that much turn of his body. Rice steps in again. Here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball. Fielded by Meek at second. Quick flip over to Augustine at short. And they get the force on Webster. Rice will replace Webster on first base. He's aboard on a fielder's choice. That'll bring up the bottom of the lineup, Brent McLean.
Third baseman, Brent McLean.
Pitch is low and away. 1-0. Checker first. Pitch to the plate. Called strike on the outside corner. Swing and a miss. And the ball bounces away from Snelson. Let's check. The runner is out at first because of the strikeout. The swinging strike, first base was occupied. So just like that, it's 2 down.
Second baseman, Mike Gustafson.
No need to throw to first. Somebody was already there. So runner on first, 2 outs. And here's the leadoff hitter, Gustafson. Pitch is a ball down and away. He led off the game with by bouncing out to Meek at second. Aguilar takes a stroll to the back of the mound. Resets. There's that pick move to first. Rice is back in time. There's a called strike. Gustafson looked like he wanted to go, but he didn't. Pitch, bouncing ball, shortstop. Augustine flips to Meek at second, and that ends the inning. For the Plainsmen in the top of the third, no runs on one hit. They left a runner. And now we're going to move along to the bottom half of the third inning. Rayburn still leads 3-0. Okay, Bubba Augustine is going to lead off the bottom of the third for the Texans. Facing Mike Eccles. This will be his third inning of work. Here's that pitch. Call strike, breaking ball, inside corner. Augustine singled and scored in the first inning, part of a 3-run uprising. Here's that 0-1 pitch. Swing and a line shot to left. That'll fall for a base hit. So Augustine has his second hit of the game. He's on first with nobody out. And that's going to lead directly into the heart of the Texans lineup. Aguilar will come to the plate. Strange play his first time. He drove the ball deep to center field. But it bounced off the glove of the center fielder Welch, and it went for an error. Nevertheless, it brought in a run, and Aguilar later scored himself. Pitch is inside for a ball. He scored the third run in that inning in the first. Check a first by Eccles. Delivers again inside, keeping it tight, 2-0. Pitch, ground ball to short. Salyer has it, and he flips to Gustafson for the force on Augustine. The throw goes on to first, but not in time to get Aguilar. So he'll take over at first base for Augustine, and that'll bring up Steve Meek, the second baseman. He drove the ball to left field deep his first time at bat, and the ball skipped off the glove of the left fielder Brent Rice, and that went for an error. Nevertheless, that brought in a run. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a fly ball to center. Oh, it drops. That one drops. Boy, we've seen that before. Meek with a high pop up to center, and there just didn't seem like there was that much of an effort to try to catch it, but it's going to go for a base hit. Meek is on first. Aguilar, of course, advances to second. And Rayburn has something going here with runners on first and second. Only one man out. And the cleanup, number 5 hitter, Corey Thompson, is at the plate. He struck out his first time. Here's the first pitch to Thompson. Swing and a miss. Eccles in a familiar situation, a lot of Texan runners surrounding him. And he's got Thompson to deal with. Here's the pitch. And he lays into one. Deep to left field. Rice tracks it to the wall and runs out of room. It's a 3-run home run. Big blow for Corey Thompson. And just like that, Rayburn has doubled its lead. They lead 6-0 here in the 3rd inning. Big reception at home plate for Corey Thompson. I tell you, Monterey was favored coming into this game, so the fact that the Texans have taken command here so early is a bit of a shock. The 6th hit of the game for the Texans. And with 1 out, that'll bring up the center fielder, Blake Doolin. The bases are clean now. Eccles pitches. Way outside, ball 1. Doolin grounded into a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. Here's that 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. High fastball, 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Swing, and there's a high fly to center. And that is hauled in by Welch. Well, I'll tell you, there was no miscommunication there. They've had some, Monterey's had some troubles in the outfield today, but not there. Welch was quick to wave his left fielder Rice away, saying the ball was his, and he did make the catch. So with 2 down now, that brings up Steve Thompson. Pitches a ball. Thompson struck out to end that big 1st inning. Here's the pitch, and there's a kind of a half bunt, half swing. And throw to first by Eccles, and they got him, according to the umpire. Looked like it might have pulled the first baseman off the bag, Christensen. But that'll end the inning. But another big inning for the Texans. They had 3 more runs on Corey Thompson's big blast, and they lead 6-0 going to the 4th.
Being off the 4th inning for the Plainsman shortstop, Shane Sawyer.
Shane Salyer leads off the 4th for the Plainsman. Takes a strike from Aguilar, who's now sitting on a fat 6-0 lead. Salyer grounded out to shortstop his first time up back in the 1st inning. Here's the pitch. Inside. Count evens, 1-1. Salyer, Welch, and Christensen are the 3 due up for Monterey. Here's the pitch. Swing and a bouncer foul outside of 3rd base. Count moves to 1-2. Swing, and there's another bouncing foul outside of 3rd. Count holds 1-2. The Plainsmen have 2 hits. One led off the 2nd by Christensen. The other led off the 3rd by Webster. Salyer hoping to keep that streak going. That 1-2 pitch from Aguilar. There's a swing and a hard shot up the middle, and he does. A single to center for Salyer. And the Plainsmen have their leadoff batter aboard here in the 4th. That'll bring up Doug Welch.
Center fielder Doug Welch.
Welch struck out to end the 1st inning. Aguilar Soft throw to first. Hold Salyer close. Another throw to first, this one a little harder. A 6-0 lead doesn't mean that Aguilar is any less concerned about those runners. Here's the pitch. Called strike, fastball. Outside corner. Aguilar comes to the plate again. Big swing and a miss. 0-2. Aguilar picks at first. Salyer's back in time. Aguilar again. Pitch, ground ball foul. Aguilar doesn't take much time once he gets set. Either he takes a long look to first and sometimes picks, or he comes quickly to the plate. Everything intended to keep everyone a little off balance. There's a pick at first. Salyer is back safe again. You'd think that Aguilar was sitting on a 1-run lead, but he's not. Comes set, quickly to the plate. Low and away. Good block by Snelson. One on, nobody out here. We're in the top of the fourth. Pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss. Ball's in the dirt, it doesn't matter. Welch goes down on strikes for the second time. There's one away here in the Monterey fourth.
First baseman, Brian Christensen.
That's the third strikeout for Aguilar. Brings up Brian Christensen, the first baseman. Left-handed batter, pitches the ball. He singled his first time. That was to lead off the second, but he got picked off. Aguilar picked him off. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Aguilar again quickly to the plate. Another swing and a miss. Count is 1-2. Aguilar comes set to the plate. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Big wide swing and a miss, and he just couldn't pick up the pace of that fastball for an Aguilar. So with 2 outs now, that'll bring up the designated hitter, David Coleman. Salyer is still at first base. Aguilar checks, throws to first. Not in time. I think he's thrown the ball more often to first base in this inning than he has to the plate. Might be close. Here's the pitch to the plate. Ball is in the dirt, blocked by Snelson. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch to the plate again. Ball strike. Outside corner. 1-1. Pick off at first, and he got him. He got him. He got Salyer. So all of those throws to first paid off for Aguilar, and he's got his second pickoff of the game. And that ends the Monterey fourth inning. Score is still 6-0. No runs on 1 hit, nobody left. Thanks to that pickoff, we move to the bottom of the fourth. Rayburn 6-0.
Leading off the fourth for the Texans, third baseman Keith Parker.
Okay, we move to the bottom of the fourth, and Keith Barker, the third baseman, will lead it off for Rayburn. He picked up an infield single his first time at bat. Later in that inning was caught stealing. First pitch from Eccles is a called strike. We'll have Barker and then Mike Mormon, and then we go back to the top of the order to Snelson here in the fourth. Second pitch from Eccles is a swing and a miss. And Barker is down 0-2. Eccles delivers. Pitch is just off the plate. Barker checks his swing in time, and it's 1-2. Here's that 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. I think he wanted to check, but he couldn't do it. Barker goes down swinging for the first out here in the Rayburn fourth.
Left fielder, Mike Mormon.
That'll bring up Mike Mormon. He struck out his first time. Pitch is a ball, 1-0. That was Eccles' fifth strikeout, by the way. Pitch to Mormon. Swing, and there's a fly ball to left. Line drive that's hauled in left field by Brent Rice. And very quickly, there's two down here in the fourth inning. Now here's Snelson. He singled and scored his first time, struck out his second time up. Pitch from Eccles. There's a swing and a drive down the right field line, and it's going to fall. Fair ball. And Snelson's on his way to second with a double. He's got a two-out double. Remembering that we have this 40-year time machine at our disposal, John Snelson would go on to become one of the most prominent coaches in the Houston area, and in Texas for that matter. But not in baseball. He turned his attention to football. He became the first head coach in the history of Pasadena Memorial High School. And then in 2012, he moved on to Dickinson, where he became the winningest coach in the history of Dickinson High School. In 2024, he was elected president of the Texas High School Coaches Association. Bubba Augustine, meanwhile, swings at the first pitch from Eccles. He's down 0-1. We've got two down here, bottom of the fourth. That's Snelson on second base with a two-out double. Augustine is 2 for 2. Singles to left field in both the first and the third innings. Pitch gets away from the catcher. Snelson's going to advance to third. So Rayburn has a runner on third now with two out. And he scored a wild pitch. Back to work now. From the stretch, Eccles delivers, and it's a called strike. So Bubba Augustine falls behind in the count, 1-2. Pitch is wide, and it evens at 2-2. Pitch from Eccles, Swing and a miss. That is strike 3. That's the end of the 4th inning. That is the 6th strikeout for Eccles. And we're going to move on to the 5th inning here at Disch-Falk. Rayburn still leads it 6-0.
No errors and 1 runner left on base. We've completed 4 innings of play. Rayburn 6, Monterey 0.
All right, we move along now to the top of the 5th. Rayburn still holds a commanding 6-0 lead. The Plainsman will send to the plate the DH David Coleman. He'll be followed by the pitcher Mike Eccles, and then the catcher Jimmy Webster. Coleman is 0 for 1. He grounded to third his first time up. And now the plate umpire is doing a little traffic control down the right field line, and things clear out down there. And so we're just about ready to get the top of the 5th inning started. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a bouncy ball up the middle, a base hit. So David Coleman is on with a single, and that is the 4th straight inning that Lubbock Monterey has led off the inning with a base hit. Still haven't scored, though. We'll see what happens here. Here's Mike Eccles steps in. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time. That was to end the 2nd inning. And here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. And the ball's down in the dirt, and that caught the plate umpire somewhere on his leg. And he's going to take a stroll to walk it off. Constitutional out toward the mound, and he gets a little encouragement from John Snelson, the catcher, and Aguilar. Now his umpiring buddies come in to check and see if he's all right. He's going to be fine. And in just a minute, we'll get back to business with Eccles at the plate on a count of 0-1. Here's that 0-1 pitch. That's a ball, too tight. 1-1. One pitch. Swing and a bouncy ball foul outside of third. And Eccles falls behind in the count. 1-2. Ready to go. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Eccles goes down swinging for the 2nd time. And that's the 5th strikeout for Bruce Aguilar. And that'll bring to the plate Jimmy Webster, the catcher. Webster, he's 1 for 1. He's singled to start, an infield single to start the 3rd inning. Pick tried at first. Not in time. Pitch to the plate. That's wide. 1-0's the count. And that's a little tight. So 2-0. Webster gets the jump. 2 balls, no strikes. It's Coleman on first. He singled to center to start the inning. Ball 3, that's low and away. Here's the pitch. That's low and away. Ball 4. So Webster takes a walk And that's the first walk allowed by Aguilar. It's also the first time in this game that Monterey's had 2 runners aboard. And it looks as though Bobby Magel, the Monterey coach, is coming down, and he indicates that he wants a pinch runner at second. So we're going to have a runner for Coleman at second base. And it looks like that's going to be Troy Jones. Jones will trot out and take his position at second base. The batter will be the left fielder Brent Rice. Rice is 0 for 1. He grounded into a fielder's choice his first time. Pitch is a called strike. Aguilar gets the jump 0-1. And there's a bouncing ball to shortstop, feed to second, on to first. That is a double play, and that ends the inning. A bouncing ball to Bubba Augustine at shortstop. He feeds Meek at second. Meek fires on to Corey Thompson, and that's a quick end to that inning. We move along then to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Rayburn is still on top, 6-0. All right, Aguilar is going to lead off against Eccles, who remains in the game. Pitch is just outside. Aguilar is 0 for 2, but he has done some damage. He launched a deep fly ball in the first inning. The win is an error. I think a lot of people would have scored it a double, but that helped contribute to that 3-run first inning for the Texans. Pause on the mound by Eccles. Aguilar resets. Here's the pitch. And that apparently is a called strike. Outer half. It'll be Aguilar, and then Meek, and then Corey Thompson. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball right down the first baseline. It's fielded by Christensen, who runs it to the bag. And Monterey has an out here in the bottom of the 5th. Steve Meek will be the batter. He's 1 for 2. He reached on an error in that wild and woolly first inning, and he singled in the 3rd, which singled ahead of Corey Thompson's home run, his 3-run homer, which made it 6-0. Here's the pitch, low and away. Eccles again, delivers. That's low and away. There's a called strike. Swing and a foul ball down the right field line. It'll drift out of play. That's up and in. That'll run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch. That is low. And Meek is aboard on a walk. That's the 3rd time he's been on base. Once on an error, once on a single, once on a walk. And that'll bring up Corey Thompson, who hit that long 3-run home run his last time. That accounted for our current score of 6-0. Eccles picks it first. Meek is back. To the plate, blowing away. Ball 1. Again, here we go. And that's blowing away. Ball 2. So Eccles with a little bit of control issue here in the 5th. Pitch, runner's going, throw down, and he's out. He is out. Webster fires down and catches Meek attempting to steal, and we've got 2 out now in the bottom of the 5th. Thompson checks down to Campo, third base coaching box, see where he wants to go with this. There's that pitch. Pitch low and away. So, 2 walks in a row off Eccles. However, there's only 1 base runner because of the caught stealing. And that'll bring up Blake Doolin. Doolin's 0 for 2. Grounded into a fielder's choice and then flied to center. And here's the pitch to him. That's low and away. And there's a line drive to center. That'll fall in for a base hit. So Doolin picks up his first hit of the game, and that moves Thompson down to second with 2 out.
Right fielder, Steve Johnson.
The batter will be Steve Johnson. Now we've got time, and Coach Campbell, I think, is going to want to send in a pinch runner. Yeah, he is. He's going to send in Paul Lamp to pinch run for Corey Thompson at second base.
Number 4, Paul Lamp. The base runner, second base.
Quick conference on the mound. 2 on, 2 down. Thompson is 0 for 2, strikeout, and grounded back to the mound. Here's Eccles' first pitch. Swing and a bouncy ball foul outside of third. There's another swing and another bouncy ball foul outside of third. And Eccles gets ahead in the count, 0-2. Texans trying to add on to their 6-0 lead here in the fifth. 2 on with 2 out. Here's that pitch. Swing. Half swing of sorts, but he went around anyway, and it is a strikeout. Another strikeout. That's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the 7th strikeout for Eccles. And score holds Rayburn 6, Monterey 0. All right, first batter up for Monterey in the top of the 6th. This will be Brent McLean. He's batting in the number 9 spot. He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. Aguilar still on the mound, still looking strong. He deals, and the ball is tight. There's a pitch low and outside. Last inning was Aguilar's roughest inning, and when I say rough, it's not that rough. He did allow 2 runners, but again, he got out of it without allowing a run. He's down in the count now to McLean. There's a called strike. He'll be followed by the top of the order. That's Mike Gustafson, and he'll be followed by Shane Salyer. Pitch is a ball, and Monterey for the 5th straight inning has their leadoff man aboard. McLean takes the walk, and that'll bring up Gustafson.
Second baseman, Mike Gustafson.
Here's a pitch. Gustafson steps back and takes the pitch. Look over. Swinging a bouncy ball up the middle. It's gloved by Augustine. Steps on the bag. On to first. Boom, boom. Unassisted at second base by the shortstop, Augustine. And very, very quickly now there's 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Monterey running out of time here. Shane Salyer's up. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the 4th. Earlier in the 1st, he grounded out to the shortstop, Augustine, who's had a busy game. We've got a little bit of an interruption here. I'm not sure why, but we're fixing to go back to work. Salyer, the shortstop.
Doug Dotson, you have a phone call in the press box. Doug Dotson.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a bouncing ball to second. That's Meek. Fires on to Corey Thompson. And Monterey looked like they might have something going after a leadoff walk to McLean, but boom, just like that, 2 ground balls result in 3 outs. And now we're in the middle of the 6th inning. Rayburn coming up, and the Texans still lead 6-0. All right, we move along to the bottom of the 6th. Rayburn hoping, of course, this is their final at bat. They'll start in the number 8 spot with Keith Barker, but it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for Barker. Bottom of the order, Mike Borman. Then we go back to the top for John Snelson. John Spritz will be the pinch hitter. He's batting for Barker. Here's the pitch from Eccles. Swinging a bouncing ball, soft bouncing ball out to Gustafson at second, and he fires on to first, and quickly we have an out here in the bottom of the sixth. Both pitchers have gone all the way. And of course, Monterey will have one more chance in the top of the seventh. Here's Mike Mormon. Mike is 0 for 2. He struck out, and then in the fourth, he flew to left field. Eccles winds, delivers, pitches way outside. Ball 1. After Mormon, we'll go back to the top of the order for Snelson. Here's that 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Sweeping swing. And the count evens at 1-1. Eccles back to work. And a swing, a late swing, and a foul ball. Right at the feet of Jimmy Webster. And the count will move out to 1 ball, 2 strikes. The winner of this game moves on to the championship game tomorrow. That'll be against Victoria Stroman, by the way. We're not quite ready to go here. Mormon now takes his place in the batter's box, and Eccles with the pitch. And there's a fly ball into short right, and a diving try. He almost came up with it. That's Troy Jones, who made a very valiant effort to bring in that fly ball, and he almost got it, showing a degree of aggressiveness that Lubbock Monterey did not show in the first inning, and that led to 3 runs. Here's Snelson. He's 2 for 3. He singled in the first inning, scored a run, and he doubled in the 4th inning. Eccles now with the runner on, ball's in the dirt. Snelson also struck out and grounded out throw to first. And that's Mormon back in plenty of time. Eccles from the stretch delivers. That's a called strike. Outside corner. Snelson looks down to his coach, Al Campo, for the signs. Pitch, and there's a bouncy ball up the middle. That's going to be gloved by Gustafson. He did not have the play at second. Mormon was moving on the pitch. But now there are 2 down on 2 ground balls to Gustafson. And that'll bring up Bubba Augustine, who's 2 for 3. Single in the first, single in the third. Oh, there's a pickoff throw, and ball goes into center field. And don't know how that one got away that badly, but that wasn't anywhere near on the mark. And now with 2 down, Mormon is on third base. That'll be an error on Eccles. That's the Plainsman third error of the game. And we're still waiting for the first pitch to Bubba Augustine. Pitch is low and away. Texans looking to add to that 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch is a swing and a foul off to the right side. Ready to go now. Here's the pitch, low and away. That's going to necessitate a cleaning of home plate. Augustine, the Texan shortstop. Pitch, and it's appeared to be high. Runs the count to 3-1. Swing and a foul back. That'll bring the count full with 2 outs here. Payoff pitch. There's a swing and another foul back. Count will hold. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ready for that 3-2 pitch. There's a swing and a line drive base hit left field. That'll score Mormon. An RBI single for Augustine. That's his 3rd hit of the game. And the score is now 7-0. Still 2 down. And that'll bring up Aguilar. He is 0 for 3 in the game, but they've been productive at bats. The last one, not so much. He led off the 5th inning with a ground ball to the first baseman, who played it unassistedly. Other than Thompson's 3-run home run in the 3rd, which of course produced 3 RBIs, that's the only other RBI we've had in this game is Augustine's single, which you just saw. Here's the pitch to Aguilar. Throwback behind the runner, and on the wrong side of the bag. Had that been on the left side of the bag, Augustine might have had a problem. Ready for the next pitch to Aguilar. Ball is down low. Two down now. Eccles would like to get this last out and get out of this inning. There's a swing and a foul ball off to the right side. We're set now for the next pitch from Eccles. There's a swing and a foul ball at the plate. Count holds at 2-2. There's a swing and a drive to deep center. And it is down for extra bases. Here comes Augustine. He's motoring all the way around from first base, and he's going to score. So an RBI double for Aguilar helps his own cause again. And it's now Rayburn 8-0. And we're not quite through with the bottom of the sixth. And Aguilar's going to get a break. Wade Hopkins is coming in to pitch run for him. There's your line score. 11 hits for the Texans.
Now running at second base, number 17, Wade Hopkins.
That'll bring Meek to the plate. 2 outs.
Batter is the second baseman, number 19, Steve Dean.
Meek is 1 for 2. He singled and scored ahead of Thompson's big 3-run home run back in the third. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a high fly to center. And this one is hauled in for the final out of the inning. Doug Welch making the catch. And we're all through with 6 innings now. And obviously Monterey is going to have a big inning to keep this game going. Moving into the top of the 7th, Doug Welch will lead off. Welch is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Leadoff batter for Monterey, center fielder Doug Welch.
First pitch from Aguilar is a ball low and away. All right, pitch to Welch. There's a drive inside of third base. That's down in the left field corner. This is going to go for 2. And Welch, after a pair of strikeouts, doubles to lead off the 7th inning for the Plainsmen. That'll bring up the first baseman, Brian Christensen. Long way to go for the Plainsmen, but that's a start at least. Christensen is 1 for 2. He singled in the second, struck out in the fourth. Here's a pitch. Way outside for a ball. You'll see Monterey very cautious now in the base paths. They do not want to lose a runner. That doesn't stop Aguilar from seeing what he can get with a pick move to second. He's had pretty good success with that today. Here's the pitch. Swing and a base hit up the middle. Base hit to center field. And they're going to hold Welch at third. They put the brakes on there. They don't want to take any chances. Not down by 8. So runner on first and third with nobody out here. David Coleman, the DH, will be the hitter.
Designated hitter, David Coleman.
He's 1 for 2 with a single his last time up. That was in the 5th. That was the lead off the 5th. By the way, now with Doug Welch's single, that means the Lubbock Monterey has put its leadoff man on in every inning in this game except the first. Here's the pitch, low and in the dirt. Ball 1. Aguilar pitches, ball is outside. Aguilar trying to hold on to his shutout here. He's given up 6 hits. 2 to start this inning. Here's the pitch, it's high. Now goes to 3-0. And there's ball 4. And now with nobody out, Lubbock Monterey has the bases loaded. The batter will be Mike Eccles. But first, Coach Campo is going to come out and visit with Aguilar, a few members of the infield. Snelson's out there, and they're going to talk things over. This is no doubt a reminder that there's an 8-run advantage showing on the scoreboard. The visit's a short one. Coach Campo heads back to the dugout. Coach Campo, by the way, will be named after this game is over. He'll be named the head coach of the South All-Stars in the Texas High School Coaches Association All-Star game this summer. All right, here's the pitch to Eccles, swing and a miss. He has not looked real strong at the plate. As we mentioned, 2 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. Another swing and a miss, and just like that, it's 0-2. And there's a swing and a bouncing ball. Just Augustine at shortstop flips to Meek, and the shutout comes to an end as Welch crosses the plate with the first run. It's an RBI for Eccles, but it's more of a winning situation here for the Texans, who now have an out in the 7th inning, and they still have a 7-run lead. That'll bring up the catcher, Jimmy Webster. He's 1 for 1. He got an infield single to start the 3rd, and then he walked back in the 5th. Aguilar pitches, low and away. We've got Brian Christensen on 3rd now, and Eccles is on at first. Here's the pitch, swing and a high foul ball. Fly ball down the right field line. Just about ready for the 1-1 pitch. Aguilar into the stretch, comes to the plate, and that's a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Webster. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's the 7th strikeout of the game for Aguilar, and the Plainsmen are down to their final out. At the plate will be Brent Rice. Score is still 8-1 Rayburn. Runners on 1st and 3rd. Rice steps in, Rice steps out. Rubs some dirt on his hands. Aguilar pitches, low and away. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Wide sweeping swing on a ball that looked perhaps it was outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's that pitch. Swing and a bouncy ball. Nice play. It's going to go as an infield single, but really a fine play by Barker at 3rd to go high in the air and pull that ball down. It's an infield hit for Rice. He'll get an RBI as Christensen comes in to score to make it an 8-2 game. And now we've got runners on 1st and 2nd, and Brent McLean is the batter. There's your line score. McLean the batter. Here's the pitch. Ball down, low and away. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. If McLean can get on, it'll go. The batting order will go back to the top to Gustafson. Here's the pitch. Low and in the dirt. Snelson goes out to have a talk with his pitcher. Aguilar's been missing a little bit here, and usually it's outside, low and away. He's ready to deal to McLean, and there's a high bouncing ball. It's speared by Barker, fires down to Meek at second base for the force out, the third out of the inning and the end of the ball game. So, a couple of nice plays by Barker down at third to end the game. The first one he couldn't quite get the out, but he nailed the second one. And Rayburn has won this state semifinal baseball game by a score of 8-2. The winning pitcher is Bruce Aguilar, and he goes to 14-2 on the season. That was Eccles' first loss. He finishes up at 15-1. Of course, the season comes to an end for Lubbock Monterey. And both teams now are meeting, shaking hands on the infield. Rayburn will go on to meet Victoria Stroman in the championship game that'll be played tomorrow. Happy group of Texans and a very, very happy fan section out behind the third base dugout. For final totals for Monterey: 2 runs on 7 hits. They committed 3 errors, and those were pretty damaging errors. For Rayburn, it was 8 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The Texans played error-free game. As we mentioned, the winner is Aguilar. He's 14-2. The loser, Eccles, he is 15-1. And that's it. See you next season.
At 7:30 here at Disch-Falk Field. 7:30 tomorrow night.